Hey, what's going on guys? It's Panda here again. We'll jump right back into where we left off. No mucking around here, alright? Alright? This is no walk in the park. Quiet, okay? Where did we leave off? I really can't remember. Slowly the noises from the various rehearsals. Okay. Just thinking about that. Sorry, I had to start my timer, otherwise I get over the time limit. Just thinking about that makes my stomach start to turn knots around itself. I think it's time to head back. Do you think Lily would be back by now? I think I might head back to my dorm. I'm pretty tired from this week. And not a word of that is a lie. Moving to a new school as it ramps up for a major event has been taxing, to say the least. I can feel myself nodding off as I read my book. Okay, I might stay here a little longer. Looking at Hanako's book, I can see that she is only a few pages away from completing it. For a moment I consider hanging around until she finishes, but once again my stomach turns, emitting a gurgling sound. Sure thing. Well, I'm going to head off before it gets dark. I'll see you around, okay? Okay. See you, Hisao. You should have stayed there, man. I mean, hey, she didn't have that many pages left, you know, and then you could have walked her back to her dorm. That's the gentleman-like thing to do. Later. Hisao? Thank you for hanging out with me. Aww. I can see how hard it was for her to get that simple sentence out of her mouth. It leaves me hanging for a moment. So, there is someone in this school who is even lonelier than me. Maybe lonely is the wrong word. I haven't been lacking company for this first week, but I've still managed to feel somewhat alone and detached. Maybe lonely is a wrong word for Hanako too. She has Lily after all, doesn't she? I realise I've been standing there far too long without answering, and pull off a flawless, not too exaggerated smile. You're welcome. Good night, Hanako. Night. I leave her to finish her book and head back to the dorms and the promise of food. She's so cute with that little smile of hers. Katawa Shoujo. Doo 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 doo. The next day I wake up feeling a little lightheaded. It's almost noon already, and because he had to open his eyes, I'm starting to yawn. I apologize for this. Usually when you wake up you're supposed to be, you know, ready to go, not starting to fall asleep again. Sleeping late is fine, since it's a Sunday and there is no classes. Not just a Sunday, though, but the festival as well. From my window I can already see some people at the soba booth slinging noodles onto plates for people with a craving for low quality food. I throw back a handful of my morning meds and ponder how to spend the day. There will be a few exams in the coming week, but I don't consider those as ominous as others, so I'm not as worried about them as I probably should be. With no urgent obligations regarding education, I should be free to spend the day at the festival as I like. Finishing my morning routine, I exit into the hallway intending to go out and find something to eat. Oh no, we're gonna see Kenji, aren't we? Passing by his door, I decide to see what Kenji is up to today out of impulse. I'm curious if he has any plans since everyone is doing something. Then again, I can picture him having built a soundproof shelter in his room. Or possibly something like a fort, complete with no girls allowed sign. And with the girls crossed out and body crudely scrawled underneath it. Knocking on his door, which is luckily devoid... Wait, what? Knocking on his door, which is luckily devoid of any kind of sign. Oh, right. I hear again the unsettling clicking of at least 10 locks being pulled back. The door opens a crack. Who is it? You're supposed to ask that before you open the door. Oh, it's you. Damn, it's early. It's not really that early. What is it, man? Nothing. Was just gonna ask what you're gonna do today. Half the school is out there already. Out where? Why? What? What? Is today special? Why are they there? Who are? I can hear them. It's loud. Don't tell me. Has the invasion begun? He suddenly looks more alarmed. What day is it, man? Yeah, I guess you can't see the big wooden booths outside and people selling stuff. What the hell are you talking about? I have curtains closed all the time to thwart the snipers. It's the festival, you know that, right? Oh shit, that's today? Damn it! I can't believe I forgot. I don't have my fort finished yet. This is bad. This is going to be a very bad day. It's good you told me, man. This is going to be a bad day. Why? Oh man, they're going to be everywhere. The people outside my window socializing. Kenji rubs his temples nervously, suddenly looking very ill. It's going to be loud as hell, damn, and I was going to go out today, but now it's ruined. Everything is ruined. This is awful. This sucks. Jesus. What the hell? This really sucks. I can't go anywhere now. There's nowhere to run. Kenji seems nervous. You could even say he's majorly freaking out. You could even say that, could you? I can't believe this. So that's what today was. Damn, and I couldn't even prepare for it. I couldn't even brace myself, and now it's here and I can't do anything. You should have told me this earlier, dude. I mean, at least I know, but I could have known earlier. Imagine what I could have accomplished. Because it's all my fault. Sorry, I thought you knew. So I guess you're not going to do anything today? The weather is even good. Yesterday was really windy, so I thought today would be cold. It's not, though. So there is no reason just to stay inside. Yeah, you should check the festival out. Kenji groans and covers his face with his hands. Sounded like a retarded cow or something. No, I can't do that. They'll eat me alive out there, I know it. That has to be a joke, but he said it with such a straight face, relatively straight. What are you going to do? We should hang out in here. You can't help me build my fort. We might still make it if we work together. I'm losing my voice. Excuse me. Okay. I'm back. Apologise for that. I don't know, I'm pretty hungry, so I thought I'd get some food first and then check out the attractions. Your class project seemed pretty cool, and I gave a hand with it, so I wanted to see at least that one and chat with Lily, I guess. Speaking of that, don't you have any obligation for the project? Are you out of your mind? That blind broad is up to no good. I can feel it in my spleen, man. Her presence is like a dark shadow that's in the way of my great vision. I can tell you the spleen is always the first thing to go. Take that as a life lesson. You know, if you fall over or something, just yell out, my spleen! It'll always work. As expected of blind people. What? Besides, I thought you were also... He holds up his hand to interrupt me. Only legally. Metaphorically, I can see farther than any man has. Kenji looks stoically into the metaphorical distance to emphasize the statement, thrusting his chin forward to look manlier. Actually, it's just the corridor wall with 2 meters away, but it's all the same. I know I butchered that word, but fuck it. I can see the future of mankind, and it's dark one. It's a dark one, unless the threat of woman is stifled. They are everywhere. He fingers his scarf nervously and... well, that just sounded really bad in my mind. He fingers his... bad mind. Faster and faster, like he's trying to start a fire. Oh god! Then slowly begins to calm down once the panic attack finishes running its course. Let's just remember he was talking about his scarf. I'm going to have to find some place to hide in, a safe haven, and then knock the lights out of myself. Knock the lights out of myself so that I don't have to experience this horrible day. I have the perfect thing for that. I must prepare now. Don't go to the festival. Okay. Later, dude. The door slowly closes with a low creak, and I don't know how to feel about what Kenji just said. After buying a plastic plate of takoyaki from a stall belonging to the class next to ours, I take a seat in the school gardens and watch people pass as I tentatively nibble away at the rather bland tasting item. I guess I shouldn't complain, it's better than nothing and didn't cost much. As I look out towards the school, watching the people coming and going proves surprisingly entertaining way of passing the time as I eat. Little children accompanied by parents or grandparents scamper about in the din from event to event, one hand dragging their company and the other bearing an oversized colourful snack. I can't help but notice the age range among the people here is skewed towards the elderly, something that I also noticed when I was walking around town. This must be one of those towns where the only people left are those lived here their whole lives and ardently refuse to leave, are those wanting to live out the rest of their days in one of the increasingly few tranquil places. I guess that also goes a way to explaining how conservative Yamaku's school culture seems to be. Not that I mind one, I didn't even read that. Not that I mind one bit, I kind of like how calm Yamaku and its surroundings are. The heat, though, is another matter entirely. Sitting in one place for so long has focused my mind on how annoyingly humid it's getting, now that the hottest part of the day is here. I better get it moving if... Gah! The sound of the Carillon bells takes me completely by surprise as I stand up, a reaction shared by a few of the people strolling around as well. The PA system crackles to life after the tolling bells end. Its age shows the principal makes a barely intelligible announcement over it, officially opening the festival that's very much in full swing. It's quite amusing to contrast the pleasant smiles of the older folk against the alternatively pained and boring grimaces of their younger charges. The students, on the other hand, seem to pay it a little heed. Nevertheless, as the address finally ends, all are united in polite, if not overly enthusiastic, applause, and then get back to business. Slipping a hand in my pocket to look as relaxed as possible, I casually glance around for something to do. It's somewhat difficult to see very far with all the people around. I decide to fall back on a tired and trusted rule. Go where everyone else seems to be gathering. Right now that's the school courtyard and surroundings. Throwing the used plate into a trash can, I make my way towards the school building. Seeing the number of stalls around the perimeter of the school building surprises me. Quite a few of the classes must have opted to have multiple stalls. In deciding which to visit first, I catch a sight of a familiar banner with a blue patented border and red text. Lily's stall is as good a place to start as any. I'm curious as to how it's going, after all of the work she and her class have been doing for it. What have we got there? Got a few drinks. That looks like iced tea or something. Not those. Those are like milkshakes, you know. You got banana, blueberry, raspberry. That looks like milk, maybe. $300. No, 300 yen. I don't know how much that equates to in dollars. Stepping up to it, I begin to see why the class took so long to organise everything. Easily twice as wide as many of the other stalls, and with equipment for cooking strewn everywhere, it's closer to an outdoor restaurant than a festival event. As a student in front of me takes a bowl of noodles and leaves, I walk up to the counter. The girl behind it seems quite exasperated, and asks me to wait a moment before she disappears underneath the counter. Underneath the counter. Man. Another drink. Seizing the moment, I take a quick glance around. Steam seems to be rising from everywhere as pots and pans simmer away. The most blind of the students are unpacking ingredients while being helped by someone who is probably the teacher of 3 too. It doesn't take too long to notice Lily among them, talking with the teacher as she quickly counts out the boxes and packets with her fingers. From her expression and the fact that both she and the teacher seem to be in a state of mild confusion, it appears that there's been some problem in coordination. Before I can stare any longer, the girl behind the counter pops up again, only to look back and ask where the spare change box is. Lily pauses for a moment before she and the girl switch places at the counter, and the teacher quickly walks off somewhere. Sorry about that, we're having a few problems. What would you like? It takes me a second to remember what I'd come here for. My eyes quickly dart to the side to read the menu sitting on the counter. I guess I'll I guess I'll have some, that miso soup? That miso soup? Ah, is that Hisao? Yep, looks like you're pretty busy. Her face all but confirms as she drops her waitress facade. Somewhere along the line, our order got mixed up. We're trying to fix it now, but it looks like we're only have half of what we needed. Wouldn't serving smaller portions cover over the problem? It seems like that's what we'll have to do, though I wish we didn't. The fact that a good half of our class is gone doesn't help either. I glance behind her to see how many people are actually operating the stall. It couldn't be over about 8. You probably couldn't fit many more behind there, to be honest. I take it that's why your teacher left? That's right, she's going to try and round up a few more of our classmates to help. Hearing the sound of footsteps behind me, I stealthily glance backwards to see an elderly couple taking a place in the line. I guess I'd better stop loitering around and chatting. Here's the money for the soup. Soup, alright, coming right up. Lily turns and calls for a bowl of miso soup and I hand over the money for it. Taking the coins in her palm, I can't help but notice how efficiently she counts them out with her long, pale fingers. Eventually satisfied that I've handed over correct change, she puts it into a small metal tray. It isn't long before the soup is made and carefully handed to her, after which she turns and subsequently passes it to me.